Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to this special artistic, poetic, philosophical meditation event with yours truly, Adrian Dragan, androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom that I am, calling all willingly living to support in any way, shape, capacity, or form that they so choose or can. It is 2:27 p.m. in the EST in Hawk Island, Montreal, and yours truly, independent athlete, the people's athlete who has lost more than 77 pounds on the fitness journey. Encourage all to work out, to train, and to exercise today. Encourage all to work out, to train, and to exercise today. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice, as I believe it is for many, have been, am, and will continue to advocate for the mass financing thereof. My brothers and sisters, to work out, to exercise, as working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and shall continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. And I am advocating, have been, and am advocating for the mass financing of people to work out, train, exercise. I am calling, of course, on a public-private partnership to support my initiative known as the Dragan Army to be for security and service, officially the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force that I am calling all living to support. And advocacy continues for the mass financing of food security, the mass financing of housing, and the mass financing, of course, of people to work out, to train, and to exercise, which has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. I've lost 77 pounds now, created my own workout program training system, of which I am proud to have performed 300 sessions. I'm auctioning these pages. Of course, were written by hand during the first session, which was October 17, 2019, and all 300 sessions are right here, written by hand by yours truly, the people's athlete, independent athlete, activist, and artist, the people's athlete, and an independent fitness captain. Wrote all these 300 pages by. It's not 300 pages, it's 300 sessions. Correction. 300 sessions of the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the Dragon Army Workout, of which yours truly has created, made, and produced back in October 2019, when yours truly, independent fitness captain, have created the most effective and efficient training workout program, which is super efficient. It requires no equipment whatsoever. It is simple, effective, and efficient. It increases general overall fitness. It increases general overall fitness. It increases general overall fitness. It is meant to increase general overall fitness, and that's what it does. As you do push-ups, of course, push-ups are mostly the upper body workouts to exercise the chest, to exercise the core, and to exercise, of course, the core area, the chest area, and the biceps, while, of course, the squats exercise mostly the lower body, and with the hawk, H-A-W-K, comes in to counterbalance both the squats and the push-ups that one does. I'm grateful, thankful. I'm going to say thank you, love you, kiss you, farmers. Thank you, love you, kiss you, farmers. Thank you, love you, kiss you, truckers. Thank you, love you, kiss you, butchers. Yeah. Grateful, thankful that my rent is paid in full, fully paid my rent for October. Grateful, thankful that I paid in full both my rent and the electricity bill. I'm gonna say a thank you, love you, kiss you, credit you, big dragon hugs. I'm gonna leave you credit, big dragon hugs. I'm gonna leave credit, big dragon hugs to the workers, past and present and future of Hydro Quebec. Thanks to whom, of course, who built 63 dams across this province in North America, and the collective North American civilization that your story does now utilize this clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy that I'm utilizing in this moment. Now to heat my coffee, to brew my coffee, thankful, grateful for the electricity that it's clean, zero pollution, zero emission, and of course does not pollute whatsoever. It's built by brains and muscle of more tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of workers of Hydro Quebec, past, present, and future. I love you, I love you, I love you, and love is action, because if it's not about LOVE, it's pro universal revolutionary centrist. I don't want nothing about it. And love is action. If it's not about LOVE, and I dance my love rainbow, dance my loving rainbow. If it's not about LOVE, Love in different ways: hawk love, snake love, kissing love, do X love, black love, white love, rainbow love, scarlet love. Love is action. Love for X, for dancing, love for eating, love for cleaning, love for cooking, love for Hydro Quebec, love for the farmers, love for the truckers, love for the butchers, love for the bakers, love for the grocery store clerks, love for the nurses, love for North America and the collective civilization, and LOV, love is action, not just blah blah blah. And I'm not perfect, far from it. I got some issues, got some vices, got some. I do not play self-righteous. Yours truly, tiny hands, tiny feet, tiny little androgynous sparkly. They don't spy on me. RCMP, RCMP. NASA, CS, CSIS, CISA, 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 CIA, CIA, FSB, FSB, MI6, MI6, MI6. Stasi's are gone after 1989 November. Stasi's are gone. Stasi's are gone. No need to spy on me. I'm been open for a few years. Rainbow. And dance freely at the Pride parades. Let's do a Pride parade every weekend. My Pride Nation across nations. LGBTQ Nation across nations. Let's do a Pride every Sunday. Every Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, which is still ongoing until after 3 p.m. Of course, it is the Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom is the moment of this recording. As I'm recording, meditating, I'm thankful, grateful that today, October 9th, this is one day before Thanksgiving. I'm thankful, grateful that I fully paid my rent for this October, and I'm thankful, grateful that I got this chicken and some chicken and some fries. Thank you, anonymous sister, whom if I make a meal, I'm gonna give her half just because. And after I pay my debt, because I got $10,000 in debt to the RBC, triple vaccinated and open for business. This food, these potatoes come from the farmers who harvested potatoes, possibly here in Quebec, more than likely here in Quebec, potatoes, because we grow a lot of potatoes. Je vous aime beaucoup, les fermiers de la belle province, beaucoup d'amour et de câlins. I love you, bro. I love you, farmers who farm, of course, potatoes, because everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. Everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street, because everybody gotta eat. Even Wall Street is yours truly. I'm gonna listen to Kanye, yeah. I'm gonna say thank you, grateful for this cup of coffee, of course, which was harvested somewhere in the world. This cup of coffee was harvested somewhere in the world, maybe in Brazil, because it's the top exporter, maybe, of course, across Latin America, Colombia, maybe somewhere in Venezuela, Peru, Bolivia, maybe even in Cuba, maybe in the Costa Rica, maybe in Panama, maybe, of course, all the way in Africa, Uganda. In Uganda, maybe in, of course, the Ivory Coast, maybe, of course, in Ethiopia, or even in Vietnam. Do not know the country of origin of this coffee, but of course, as the motto of the dancing goddess who dances with her brother, the sun goes, as you can see it right there, which is my dream, of course, for the creation of the dancing goddess army, the international integrated dancing that yours truly is the world's greatest living dancing millennial rainbow poet, with some brain and some muscle. While I do admit that at some things I am mediocre, at other things I am so-so, at other things I am average, perhaps even effing useless at some things of these skills and competencies. Do admit. I get moody, I get angry, I get moody and I'm angry. I've been depressed and suicidal, I'm depressed and suicidal no more. I've been depressed and suicidal, I'm depressed and suicidal no more. I've conquered depression, I've conquered depression, I've conquered depression. I want to live in love, live in love, live in love, live in love, love, do art, rap, philosophize, as I believe firmly at this point in time where we are. October 9th in this 2022, I do firmly believe in my theories, which I've written over many, many years, of the CIT, Citizen Integration Theory, Debt Refusion Theory, DRT, Debt Refusion Theory, and the Democratic Fusion Theory, the DFT, the triple trinity of theories, theories, Democratic Fusion Theory, Debt Refusion Theory, DRT, and of course the CIT, Citizen Integration Theory, the trinity of theories to be implemented via the fourth dimension, and that fourth dimension is LOVE, and that fourth dimension is LOV, that fourth dimension is love. Citizen integration theory, debt fusion theory, and democratic fusion theory are the essence, the component of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, which yours truly, of course, is the androgynous pansexual founder thereof. And I am, of course, grateful, thankful. Now my rent is paid in full. My rent has been fully paid for this October, so I can continue working out, training and exercising, advocating and knocking on doors open for partnership, cooperation and collaboration And of course, I am triple vaccinated, open for business. Please, please, please increase in hygiene in public. Increase in hygiene in public. Please increase in hygiene in public. As a matter of fact, I'm just out my anonymous sister a little bit in the public, and I've noticed some people don't wash their hands when you go in a grocery store, clerk in the grocery store, and when you go in a bank, when you go in a school, when you go in a office or a domain which is not your private domain, such as I'm in this underground room, office, and temple. And of course, if I do choose, I can turn everything off, close the blinds, and get naked and dance naked on Tekashi 69 music, Madonna music, or Yay Kanye West music. Since I do admit I do like some songs of Yay Kanye West. I'm a pro-labor, universal revolutionary centrist. Perhaps we don't see eye to eye on many issues, such as abortion issues, which is a no, which is for me clear and open to negotiation, and abortion rights, and of course other issues. As a pro-universal revolutionary centrist, as we go issue to issue, I do firmly believe in my trinity of theories to be best at this point in time: CIT, citizen integration theory, democratic fusion theory, and fusion theory, implemented via the fourth dimension, LOV, implemented via the fourth dimension, LOVE. And love is action, not just blah blah blah. And of course, I am offering big dragon hugs to all my willingly living allies and armies. Kisses, God, trillions of kisses credited from the goddess. I've seen the beautiful heavens. The beautiful heavens was about marching around about a beautiful blue sky with these beautiful clouds, and these beautiful trees, which those trees, big majestic trees, bigger than this piece of dust. Sometimes I'm a piece of dust, dancing and lusting dust, dust nonetheless, but admire the beautiful sun rays as the sun pierces the clouds. I saw what a day. This is truly the temple divine of the God goddess, the divine, of course, also the divine feminine, which is not only the goddess, also the goddess as a universal spiritual teaching student. I do say proudly, have for years said the word goddess, Godds, and I say it where the goddess at. Well, roundabout, you can see her majestic trees. Roundabout, as I am three, they're 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times my size. The majestic trees, which are but the hairs on the goddess's body. And I am hoping that for every tree that we cut, we do plant a tree, as it needs brains and muscle for solutions. And I am calling, of course, for the implementation of my trinity of theories: the CIT, citizen integration theory, democratic fusion theory, and the fusion theory, to be implemented. That trinity of theories via love. Love is also action, not just blah blah blah. And of course, my own healing has required action, changing habits. And again, no need to spy on me or CMP, CSIS, NSA, MI6, Mossad. I watched a little bit of adult movies, porn, doing. I didn't click on any specifically. I just looked a little bit, and I'm androgynous pansexual, so don't need to be the SPI. On yours truly, Adrian Dragan, who's the androgynous pansexual, founder of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. As it's 2:39 p.m. in the EST, and the Sabbath is slowly ending. The Sabbath of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. I am grateful. I am thankful. I am grateful, thankful that my rent is paid in full. I've fully paid both my rent and my electricity bill. I've paid my electricity bill and my rent, so I'm grateful, thankful for that fact. And I'm grateful, thankful that I'm utilizing this clean, zero pollution, zero energy, of which, of course, the reason for this TV and this laptop and this smartphone, which I've plugged in earlier, I am doing this recording, doing this philosophical, artistic, and intellectual meditation, and sending gratefulness and sending LOVE to all my willing, loving allies and armies with clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy that I'm utilizing in even to watch the interview Kanye. Yeah, although I'm not a big fan of where he stands on the social political. I do listen to and have listened to some music, and I hope that I get the remix and make Ye say the word goddess on the Donda album, say goddess on the Donda album, say goddess on the Donda album. I say God is because too much God. We gotta balance it. The equation gotta be complete. And I say my equation, which represent my spiritual, political, philosophical, artistic theories and everything that I do that represents it. It is this: 2 + 2 = 4. Yes, but doesn't mean that we have to write 2 + 2 in only one color, only black, or only white, or only red, or only green. We can write it in multiplicity of colors, and I do. My equation 2 + 2 = 4 includes, integrates the black and the white and the purple and the blue and the pink and the rose and the orange. So I integrate both the black and the white and all the colors of the rainbow. Two, I can write it in three colors, red and green. The plus, I can write one line black, the other white, and I can write the other two in green and in purple, and the equal, I can write it in black and white, and the four, I can write it, of course, in orange, purple. I can write it in the colors of the rainbow. So I can integrate all the colors of the rainbow plus the black and the white in that equation. 2 plus 2 equals 4, which signifies that brains and muscle is required for the building, maintaining, and upgrading of civilization. And building, maintaining, and upgrading civilization. Building, maintaining, and upgrading. Hopefully, we're going to maintain civilization and even upgrade it, calling for a private public partnership, or PPP, allies, and of course Canada, US binational, Dragon Army to be binational, just like the NHL, National Hockey League. My brothers got love for the hockey, got love for the hockey, got love for the coffee. We can always do better. Sometimes it's hard to admit things that we're dealing with, right? That we have certain issues and express our feelings, which matter, just like brains and muscle got to go together with the heart. Sometimes we're moved by the unconscious forces and elements, and we do not admit that we lack or that we feel jealous. And I tell myself to say that yes, in certain circumstances, I feel jealous. Maybe subconsciously, I'm a bit jealous of Ye. Kanye, me jealous of Ye. Broke artist, been to depression, been suicidal, been rock bottom, the best rapper of 2022. Why be jealous? Well, XYZ factors. He supposedly net worth, blah blah blah, la la la, tra la la. 6.6 billion. A billion is 1,000,000,000. Wow, richest ever rapper artist. Maybe I'm jealous because I'm broke, $10,000 in debt, and get no commission. Knocking on doors, knocking on doors. Don't gossip about me. I got issues and vices. Don't gossip about me. I got issues and vices. Don't gossip about me. I like asses and asses. Don't put me with your poison, Jesus acid. I got issues, I got vices. I lust and TikTok, lust and dust. I'm a piece of dust. I like BDSM switch, yep. I got BDSM switch. I like BDSM switch. So we have things which are of the subconscious as an independent psychological analyst and theorist. I am sometimes my greatest with some comedy and humor. I will sometimes say, hey, so analyzing the subconscious and feeling. Sometimes we feel we chew our nails, chew our nails, chew our nails, we like to gossip. I'm a universal spiritual teaching student. I say student because I'm learning every day, and I don't know all the mysteries of God and the goddess. I'm a piece of dust on the face of the dancing goddess who dances with her brother the sun, the goddess who dances with her brother the sun to make and create and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes that our brothers and farmers harvest for us to make civilization. And I'm grateful, thankful for this food. I mean, today is gonna nourish this body so that I can keep working out, training, and exercising, and loving, and willing to do better for the greater good. I am, although I'm not totally selfless. To say that I'm totally selfless as a universal spiritual teaching student floating on clouds, because I'm not. Clouds are way beautiful, and the hawks are flying above my head, and the beautiful blue sky. Got some brain and some muscle, and do not play self-righteous. As a universal spiritual teaching student, with my own philosophies and my own healing and recovery, my own continuous healing and recovery has required action. My, my philosophy is, of course, that the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. This body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. This body is a temple for pleasure and for purpose. How do we invest in it? How do I invest in it? And how do I think any other can invest in it? By working out, training, and exercising. That has been my investment. For me, it's medicine and therapy. I don't know if it's for you, it can be, but I am having and will advocate via public-private partnership for the mass financing of people to work out, to train, and exercise. Sometimes I feel moody, don't want to do this, don't want to do that, just getting that 5 minute, 10 minute start. Sometimes feels so good and do sweat, 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 and feel so good and sweat. I feel refreshed when I got some sun, and so feels so fresh. To stretch a bit, the neck, the body feels so good, feels so good. And to play it, I say that I'm self-righteous. I'm not. I have a little bit of a selfish for the self-interest side, but I am for the greater good. I want to be in a balanced, harmonious, equilibrated way. But that being stated, ain't no fucking way that will bring that selfish shit where I have millions of dollars in the bank account, not to speak of billions, to not finance food security because everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street, because everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street, because everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street, and finance LGBTQ services, community LGBTQ community services, and would finance, of course, youth sports, and of course, encourage them to work out, to train, and of course, Mother Nature, environmental issues. The four main ones. Please, if you make a million or have made a million or will make a million this week or have made a million profit on the stock market, buy, sell, trade stocks, futures, options, puts, please give 10% of that million. 10% is take a zero off. That's 100,000 divided by 4. That's 25,000, and make the division. That is 25,000 for food security, 25,000 for LGBTQ youth services, 25,000 for women's sports leagues, and 25,000 for the environment, to plant a tree for every tree we cut, let's say, across the collective North American civilization. So my ideas and theories: the CIT, citizen integration theory, the debt refusion theory, DRT, and of course the democratic fusion theory, the DFT, the Trinity, Holy Sacred and Divine Trinity of the Dancing Goddess, and the Dragon Kingdom, the Holy Sacred and Divine Trinity that I'm calling the implementation via LOVE. Love is action, not just blah blah blah, and that's the fourth dimension. If I say love to my allies and armies, well, got one kiss from the goddess of heavens above, who sent one kiss to her sister below, who dances with her brother son, and that kiss trickled into trillions of kisses, credited to yours truly 718 trillions of kisses, in order to distribute to all my willingly loving allies and armies who so pledge your allegiance, legions, pledge your allegiance, legions, pledge your allegiance, legions. So kisses God can make all my willingly loving allies and armies kiss millionaires, kiss millionaires, to make all my willingly loving allies and armies kiss millionaires. Kisses got some brain and some muscle with that. My philosophies can be pretty straightforward and direct, although they offer complex, multi-dimensional sides and cosmopolitan and sophisticated as it can be break down to simply as the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. For pleasure and purpose, for both pleasure and purpose, as I am calling the creation of the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions, the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, with the International Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, to be both for pleasure and for purpose, to be for both pleasure and purpose, to be for both pleasure and purpose. First and foremost, from Hawk Island, Montreal, coast to coast, Canada, North America, USA, Mexico, because I am a philosopher, an artist, an activist, an athlete. Although I have many past lives, that I've lived many past lives and incarnations, from ancient Egypt by the Nile, a farmer many a times. No, I don't know how the pyramids were built. You can ask questions, got an open, ask anything question. I might say yes, maybe, no, perhaps. How about this? How about that? Compliment. And if you criticize, constructive criticism with alternative courses of action and inputs, blah 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 blah, tra la la. I know. I got toxicity, and I have I can be toxic also sometimes. Self toxic. Why are you so toxic? I am. I got X. I got Y. I'm not perfect. Far from it. Got issues. I got vices. I am not, but I am for the greater good. I'm not floating on righteous clouds and this, that I don't have lust, that I don't have some anger, and aggression. I channel it and sublimate it. Keywords of my philosophy, brothers and sisters. Channeling and sublimating. Two keywords of my philosophy is to put into art, do a workout, do push-ups, do squats, do hugs, do my workout. Right? We channel and sublimate the aggression, the lust, not to repress. Repress will make us sick and ill and chew our nails and sick and ill. But channeling and sublimating, that is my psychological, spiritual, and philosophical, and even art, everything that I do as a human being. Is to deny, say, oh, I don't have jealousy, I don't have that. I do. Alright, maybe now I'm gonna do this art on Kanye, although I'm calling him to support the dancing artist in the Dragon Kingdom in a non-sectarian way. I don't agree when he says God. I got a goddess it. My rap was a underground rapper, rap, clip rap for the farmers, the goddess, Mother Nature round about us, forgotten goddess, who dances with her brother son to make and create all fruits, vegetables, and legumes that our brothers and sisters, farmers, eat for us to make, maintain, and build civilization, right? For us to make, upgrade, and build and maintain civilization, for us to build, maintain, and upgrade civilization, for us to build, maintain, and upgrade civilization. Everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. I'm gonna say thank you to my sister now, the sister of my love. If I make a meal, I'm gonna give her half just because she tolerated me all these years. Toleration. But first, I'm gonna pay my debt. $10,000 to the RBC, $10,000 to the RBC, $10,000 to the Royal Bank of Canada, which I owe $10,000. Government of Quebec asked me for $2,200 back, so now they're taking 111 off, so we're gonna have to deal with that. I'm in a financial crisis. I live in an economic, financial, commercial crisis. The worst of my adult life. The worst economic, financial, commercial crisis of my adult life. The worst economic, financial, commercial work of my adult life. But I got trillions of kisses, and I'm open for business. I can cook, I can clean, I can work out, train, exercise. I am the people's athlete, people's artist, people's activist, AAA, artist, activist, athlete, adding a fourth dimension to that Trinity world, peace advocate with some brain and some muscle. I believe in my Trinity or theories, their implementation, and of course calling all willing living to support the global Dragan Union, a 21st century integrated union to be with 11 holy, sacred, and divine principles. Try to avoid gossip sometimes, my brothers and sisters, gossip, because I admit some things I am mediocre. Some things I am average, some things I am so-so. While being average, mediocre, and so-so other things, I'm great at geopolitical analysis, a sophisticating geopolitical analysis and theorizing, taking all the considerations of the past events and of the present events that are ongoing on the geopolitical nature, whether the past treaties or, of course, the military, the corporate structures that they have, and, of course, the finances, the financial elements of the historical elements, the cultural elements, and even the spiritual, religious elements of different regions and civilizations, and even part of the linguistics and the culture of operation of doing business of XYZ factors. I am great at geopolitical analysis. One of my super excellent geopolitical analysis has been, of course, the collective North American civilization that we, and I've been many past lives, many incarnations across nations, from ancient Egypt by the Nile, from the Danube by ancient Babylon, and from India, ancient India, by the Ganges, by ancient Rome, by the Danube, and of course ancient right here in South America by the Rio Grande, and of course in Central America, and right here in America a few times, many past lives, right here in Hawk Island, Montreal, twice in past lives. Another past life I pushed horses with Louis Cyr on the horses in the past life with Louis Cyr, the Quebecois strong. I pushed horses with him and trying to past life. So many past lives, many incarnations right here from this incarnation, not perfect, far from it. 2:54 p.m. EST in the Hawk Island, Montreal. The Sabbath is, of course, still the Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, and yours truly is right here, artist, athlete, and activist, artist and athlete and world peace advocate who's not perfect, far from it, calling all willing living to support the implementation of my Trinity of theories that I do hold dear, the CIT, Citizen Integration Theory, the Debt Fusion Theory, and the Democratic Fusion Theory, the triple Trinity of theories, triple, to be integrated with the fourth dimension, love. Now, fourth dimension is LOV, and love is action. It's like blah blah, million philosophical and theoretical jargons, just like if I would advocate for the mass financing of people to work out, train, exercise by public-private partnership, which I do via the Dragon Army, to be binational, coast to coast, and throughout the collective North American civilization, binational and integrated with all existing public and private institutions and organizations from coast to coast, right here from Hawk Island, Montreal, yours truly on this island where I've been many past lives, few lifetimes, few incarnations in the past. Now I just came back home that is triple peaked Mount Royal, where the Hoya headquarters of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom is. The triple peaked headquarters of the Dancing Goddess is right there on Mount Royal. Is the triple peaked Mount Royal, West Mount, and of course Sutra Mount. And right on the Belvedere is the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. Calling all willingly loving. It's got to come from will and love. If it's not will and love, because that's why I will to love, and heal, and get a bigger place. I admit it, get some more bacon and hug more today. I encourage all with consent, hug like you never hugged before today. That's my message to my willingly loving allies and armies. With consent, hug like you never hugged before today. This knocking on the door, third world war. Maybe I started on thinking of my geopolitical analysis. of which went hand in hand with the workout of which have completed, and which I'm auctioning these papers. See, this was the first here. It says October 17, 2019. October 17, 2019. October 17, 2019. It was the first session was October 17, 2019 of the, and I'm super proud to have created the most efficient, effective workout training program, of which requires no equipment and in which increases general overall fitness, with increases what it does, this workout, the general war integrated total body training system, aka the Dragan Army workout. It increases general overall fitness, and have performed 300. I know even more than 300, but initially I set out to do 300 of these sessions. I said, as the motto of the Dragan Army is, nobody is born a dragon. So if I'm gonna do something, we try to do this workout on my fitness journey. I lost 65 pounds, created the workout program known as the General War Integrated Body Training System, aka the Dragan Army workout, which is worth billions in my estimation, challenging the athletes play on the field, NFL, pass, drive, pass, play, RB, running back, fullback, wide receivers, try to do NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB. I'm challenging y'all to do my workout within the rules, since y'all multi-millionaires supposed to do. I'm the people's athlete here, $10,000 in debt, blah, 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 auctioning these red hoodie, red pants online, auctioning these red hoodie, red pants online, and I'm grateful, thankful for this food I'm gonna eat. I'm grateful, thankful for this cup of coffee, and I'm workout, train, exercises. The people's athlete, cheer on. I'm gonna cheer on. Go farmers, go farmers, go truckers, go butchers, and the bakers, and the nurses, and the doctors, and those in relief efforts in the Atlantic, Canada, now the Maritimes. Love you, kiss you in the Maritimes. Love you, kiss you, big dragon hugs. Those in the Maritimes, that way, that way, that way, that way. On the Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, and of course down all the way to Newfoundland, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Nova Scotia, down to the Maritimes, 3 provinces in the Maritimes, and of course the fourth dimension, or rather the Atlantic. Canada, when we say includes the 4 provinces, includes Labrador, and it includes Newfoundland. So thank you, love you, big dragon hugs to those in relief efforts that are ongoing now. Thank you, love you, kiss you, farmers, calling on Tim Hortons to give them for a week cup of coffee, free bagels, free whatever, ready for a week to Nova Scotians and those affected in Atlantic Canada. How about that? Multi-millionaires, billionaires, Canadians, step up, do some, blah, 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 blah. I know, I know. 300 workouts completed, more than 300 workouts. General One Integrated Total Body Training System. Right here on this piece of papers, I've written them by hand. I've written all the workouts by hand. So I'm auctioning these pieces of paper starting at $300. I'm gonna send these pieces of paper, make an offer, blah 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 blah, and $300, 300 sessions right here in this underground room, awesome temple, have performed more than 300 sessions of my own created workout training program, of which I am proud to have created, and which I'm auctioning these paper, and I'm calling for the mass financing thereof. People who work out, train, exercise, and the creation of the Dragan Army, officially the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, and to be for pleasure and for purpose, a dual purpose, to secure food, housing, and transport, food, housing, and transport, food, housing, and transport. I'm calling, of course, for the Musk Dragon NORAD Summit, the NORAD Musk Dragon Summit, the NORAD Musk Dragon Summit. I want 300 helicopters, Canada, US, integrated with citizenry, Facebook, Instagram, coast to coast, 300 black helicopters with the golden and the red 7-pointed stars in each side, and a rainbow dragon and a rainbow phoenix on each side. 300 black helicopters with a 7-pointed golden and red star with a rainbow dragon and a rainbow phoenix on each side. I'm going for 300 helicopters, coast to coast, Canada, binational, for the Dragon Army to be integrated with all existing public and private institutions and organizations. I'm gonna get some more coffee, and we're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna do some. Yeah. Hell motherfucking yeah, motherfucker. Shit. Yeah, I'm a homo rapper, motherfucker. I'm marching steel toe boots though. Kiss kiss. I'm a big dragon ass bitch. Clitoris, I got it. Dick, got it. Clip limb dick. That's a clit lick. That's a full clip. That's a lick licks. That's a hush bitch. That's a thriller. Go harder. Then a running back. Yeah, go harder. Then a motherfucker. I got scarred up. I got that it up. I got love in my heart. I say goddess when they got it. I say goddess when they got it. I say goddess when they got it. I take kiss and cut it. Cuddle it. Need a hug, bitch. May now please, best rapper, and you know that's a fact. CLASSWAR. Without no stress, yep. I done licorice bless, yep. With a press, I've been depressed, yeah. Phoenix, up and down, yeah. I ain't got no money. I got 7 billion kisses, 7 trillion licks, 7 trillion for my gang shit. Allegiance, legions, like we angels, like we angels. Dust is watching, sun is shining. That's the king, yo. But salute, the sun is rising on that setting. Ready it up, with a hot, with a puck at. Kiss and hug, yap. Dancing Goddess Army, DGA, we with it, DGA, we with it, Dancing Goddess Army. Kiss it, they made your money, Rihanna. Love you, huh? Gonna switch up. Androgyny, they don't like it. Gotta point their finger up on a listen, get a check 'em up. Artist, best of you, best I go retarded. What about it? English language, best about it. Best to bet against it. That's the flow, Woody, CBM rockets, Elon Musk, cock it, block it, rap it, harder than up. Go to running back and tackle that motherfucker. Tackle defense, offense. For the playing ball and good, but you can't dance like this. Now you cannot dance like this. Now you cannot dance like this. Stick to that football, stick to that puck. Yeah, we love them. Cheerleaders for the farmers. Cheerleaders, bust the farmers. For the truckers, strippers. Give them a discount up in this motherfucker. I said, give the truckers and the farmer discount up in this motherfucker. I said, give the truckers and the farmers a discount up in this motherfucker. Need a strip, motherfucker. Massage, motherfucker. Lick, motherfucker. Kiss, motherfucker. Dick, fucker sick. Fucker lips, fucker, yep, medicine is sunshine, lips with a black coffee, like I'm in Georgia. I say, yep, say, yeah, you know, it go like British. I say, what? Say, you know, go like Brady. She say, what? Say, woo, back in Georgia, you know, I can go that chocolate like a Brady, yup. Say, what? Man, I'm open for that. I say, hell yeah. You know, a deep south, love it. A deep south, love it. You know, a deep south, love it. Shit. CLASSWAR. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Cheerleader. With a hygiene, we get dirty, but we got back clean. Yeah, you know we lean it on the spleen it. When they hide it, poetry will hide it. Where to hide it, where the man I got it. Where the man I got it, up man, the man I bet it. They already made their bets, and they means you're so selfish ass at the Super Bowl. Dragan eyes this with a list up in the playlist, kiss and kiss. Licorice satellites up in this bitch with scientists. Parallel life and hacking me that this woody eye a horse. Say nothing horses. Say horses, bosses, bollocks, man. I'm fucking gloves up, gloves off. With a red gloves, boxing like a trick of this. Halloween, please, with a squeeze, lick. On the beat, sick. CEDDIT. Seeded. Thank you for the beat, life. YouTube, thank you for that free. Drake type beat 2023 already made your money. Drake, let me put you on a leash for world peace from Kanye on the next leash, please. 7 minutes, CEO. I got your money. How the Dragon Army open for business? How we gonna do hard? What is hard, fast rap, trap, best instrumental? Kiss. What a trap, huh? CLASSWAR rapper name. I say way too much. I don't say enough. Hope, hug it, twerk it, work it for the farmers, truckers, butchers, bakers. Yeah, we love them. Truckers, bakers, cook 'em up. Everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. Everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. Everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. World War III, bitch. You have nuclear warheads, gangsters ain't got nothing on that shit. Nuclear warheads, ICBMs, no, wicked gangsters ain't got none of that bullshit. I say lick lick. Better make love to the night, bitch. Better get this to the night, bitch. Right like you never rolled before. Tricks, this dick, slim dick, yeah. Got my BDSM switch. And you know I love the cuck sometimes. Cuck it up, cut it up. BDSM domination. Play a nation. Down on knees, yeah. I'm a ho-ho, holy dodo. Holy, I say goddess. Goddess, and I go retarded. Goddess, what about it? Priestess, yeah, say, Hana, Hamada, motherfucker, revolution dances so androgynous. Better love it, Scorpio, kiss it, flaunt it, put them on a leash. If they bark too much, bitch, put them cause we lion tamers, but we ain't no dictators. Got a big booty, got saliva on it. That's saliva on it, spawn it, nah, do it, basketball player, NFL, got a major millions. We're so selfish, bitch, there's somebody else, this art itch on my arse shit, got a art whore, German chocolate on this motherfucker, love it, kiss it. Flaunt it, regardless, retarded about it. We busted, we poets, we rumble in the jungle. We've been zero rock to bottom. They don't like it. Shit. Do they like it? Do they love it? I keep doing, I keep spitting. They ain't giving me no hugs, giving me no food. I owe nothing to nobody, fool, except my sister, perhaps in half. Go and cook 'em up and box 'em up. This is live retarded, recorded about it. Love it or hate it, bless it or keep my name out of your mouth. Otherwise, let it be pestilence. Keep my name out of your mouth. Otherwise, let it be pestilence. I said, keep my name out of your mouth, only for a blessing. Otherwise, let it be pestilence. Adrian Dragan, motherfucker. Adrian. Many past lives, many incarnation. Many past lives, many incarnation. Met Moses. Remember dancing with Miriam, the greatest dance I ever saw. Miriam. And she said something about ISIS. I said, raw retarded, they won't win against the king regardless. Move out of my face, bitch. The kinglets, why are they lying? Why was Jacob embalmed, yo? Israel, what? Why was Jacob embalmed, yo? What? Say Israel, yup. Past life Israel, yup. It's like for the pyramids. I don't know how they were built. I know how to roll a blunt. Why was Jacob embalmed? Why they kissed with a Esau? Why they kissed? The end they kissed with a Esau. What? Radio phone. Did you download Grammarly? That's the third one. I read this poetry by this guy named Crowley. Goddamn poetry book, shit. Or best poetry book, best rap lyrics I ever goddamn wrote. 3 chapters, then a fourth one a full wrote. This poet named Crowley, goddamn Crowley. Shit, Crowley, Spider, Rowley. Oh, with her wings, hawk and blow it, may I be avenged 93-fold, motherfucker. May I be avenged full 93 times, motherfucker. May I be avenged full 93 times, motherfucker. Oh, you nothing, zero, nada, zilch. I done been rock bottom years on these streets. With the libraries reading on the lonely and depressed bitch. When I fly, I fight my own battles. We can put them boxing gloves, go one-on-one with anybody, anytime, anywhere, any place. Put them boxing gloves on. If you wanna, we can do them. If wanna, we can dance battle. We can rap battle. We can put them gloves on. You best make be sure my gloves are red. The sun is rising and it's shading. Get the king up and my head up. What I don't know but nothing when I dance in steel toe boots. And that's what's up. Wanna kiss? Kiss you full, wanna lick you good, wanna blow job them better than your holders. What say what androgynous? I say what go retarded. What about it? Lick and flaunt it, Hana bitch, priestess goddess. Got it, Isis, Isis goddess, I don't feel it. Dancing with a goddess, they forgotten, go retarded. Spit it like a snake and litter with a hawks and litter. Kitty cat, meow, meow, meow with that. Roll a blunt and that's a fact. I'm the best rapper, don't regard it, retarded about it. In a square, in a circle, I say goddess. Yeah, I love it, I got love in my heart. Queen of spades once a week, yeah, everybody got secrets, but I know you afraid of spiders, little spider, 6'6", bitch. We're afraid of little spiders, dicks. I know that the secrets, I got secrets, you got secrets. We got dust and lust and pieces of shit. And with times and sometimes we are angry. All the toxic in this motherfucker. Let some sunlight in, some sunshine, some light, new light, new light. With a kisses, better kiss and hug. Make some love tonight, like you never did before. Hug and harder, like your last day on earth, motherfucker. Like it's your last day on earth, motherfucker. Motherfuckers. 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 Like it's your last day on earth. Like it's your last day on earth. Like it's your last day on earth, motherfucker. One Piece rap. I only rap for One Piece. All my artists for One Piece, One Piece. If anybody want to go one-on-one with you in the studio, you can put them gloves on. Or you want to dance battle, we can go. Whoever you are. Pope, you can be the Pope, President, whoever, CEO, whoever the fuck. You can go one-on-one. Hey, thanks for the food, B. I apologize. Thanks. Hey, did the price go up? Again, eh? Wow. It went up $2 on 5. That's 40%. Yeah.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet.
I perform for the goddess.
When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
To the forgotten goddess. To the forgotten goddess. To the forgotten goddess.
Feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office and I liked him. Yes. And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, you know, my so-called friends / handlers around me told me, like, if I said that I like Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing a hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, you know, okay, green light me then. You know, God builds warriors.
You live in gated community, bro.
I don't know if it's
you're living in gated communities, man.
Being born in Atlanta,
you're living in gated communities.
Outside of Chicago, that He made me for such a time like this. It's like with David. You know, he tended to the sheep, but while he was out there, he had to fight all kinds of animals. So when it was time for Goliath to come, he thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you. So you made reference to the White Lives Matter t-shirt that you brought out at Paris Fashion Week. Yeah. Why did you do that, and what did it mean? You know, I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and just brilliance. You know, like as if you asked, like, Tanya Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple spin. She was in so much practice that when it was time for her to skate in a competitive format, it just happened. Like, it happened outside of practice. It happened in a real format, and that's what's happening. Is God is like preparing us for the real battles, and we are in a battle with the media. Like the majority of the media has a godless agenda.
I got a goddess agenda, not a godless agenda. You used to say goddess in your songs, and I said, was only God is only good. What's a goddess, man? Equation ain't complete when we say God. Don't work like that. Say God. Where the goddess at, man? I'm gonna say it. Dances with a brother's son, man.
The comparison of Tanya Harding about the White Lives Matter.
So around us.
My dad is an educated.
See the trees, their hairs on the goddess's body. There's trillion to them.
He put text me. He said,
I'm a piece of dust.
Ha 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 ha. And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, Dad, what do you think was funny? He said, just a black man stating the obvious. And, you know, my dad doesn't listen to rap music, and he's like super educated. We opened up a water distribution center in the Dominican Republic together. He's like the original Steve Jobs, but he was getting blocked every which way with all of his ideas, and he didn't have an endless bank account, and he didn't have Instagram. So all these ideas, he had to like take them back and compress them. Like, my dad is the most brilliant person that I know, and we actually have a strained relationship because I was taken from him. because my mom was an actress, so she was a liberal. And my dad would see certain things and say, you know, we should do it this way, we should do it that way. And the people got around my mom and pulled her away, much like, you know, Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire with 4 black children. And this is how fashion wants to, how they want to present her. So I know you give these questions, and I give you like these 3-part answers. Is this a cool format for you?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, cool.
And I am following it. Right. So you said that your father said when he saw the shirt "White Lives Matter," it's great to see a black man stating the obvious. So, by which I think you meant that's obviously true.
Yeah, that's my favorite response, because I kept on thinking, like, you know, people, they're looking for an explanation, and people say, well, as an artist, you don't have to give an explanation, but as a leader, you do.
Yes, I think that's right.
So the answer to why I wrote "White Lives Matter" on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah. Why do you think that's so? And I assume the implication is, of course, all lives matter because they're lives, because God created them.
Yeah.
Why do you think that would be considered controversial?
Because the same people that have stripped us of our identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be black and the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad grew up as a military brat, and his family moved around, but they were based mostly in Delaware. And at the time, if they weren't the only black family, they were one of the few. And he would be discriminated against because he was black. So by the time he got into college, he would be discriminated against. He went to a black college, he would be discriminated against because they said he talked too white.
Yes.
And then he played the kick drum in the band. So when he would go to the club and the music was playing, where would he clap his hands? Where the kick drum is. It was the opposite of where everyone else was clapping their hands. And this is the most elegant and tasteful person that I know. And when my mom, when the school suggested, like, the herding systems, because what they do is take the black community and they separate us, and they separate the families, and the educated, they push this, need for higher education. Us as blacks, we discriminate against each other and say, well, I got my PhD and you don't have a PhD, so I'm better than you. And so my mom, she had a PhD, and she was influenced to move to the south side of Chicago, take this job at Chicago State University. And she told my dad, if you come for us, you'll never see me again. Because, the media ridiculed me for getting the house next door to Kim to see my children. And they even said that I was stalking her and her new boyfriend because I bought the house next door to see my children. And that's how I knew that my mom had said that to him. I said, Dad, they moved us to one of the most agreed upon to be one of the most dangerous places in the world. It's almost like they tried to kill me or something. I said, Dad, why did you never come to get us? And that's when he told me that she was told that. So many things that are put in Kim's head. They bring influencers. Like, no one ever knew where Corey Gamble came from. No one in the fashion world knows where Gabby came from. These people were practically made in a laboratory. And one of the things that they're really educated black woman like my mother that became the head of the English department at Chicago State University, or whether it's the most influential white woman on the planet, being my ex-wife, they have people that are around them at all times telling them what to be afraid of. It's like not what to do or say, specifically it's what to be afraid of. And if you have a person that isn't afraid of them, you know, like a Russell Brand, Candace Owens, something we have to agree, right, with this, but
they're not afraid.
They're not afraid to state what their opinion is.
Yes.
No one is God, and everyone has an opinion.
So a conversation like this is a window into a world that you don't see. So if you're familiar with West from the media, you think of him as an individual man. What you don't think about is that he is at the center of a battle. People like him are at the center of a battle to get a message out, mouthed by the lips of influencers like him and so many others, that extends a storyline on behalf of, well, in this case, the status quo. So there are a lot of people vying to make certain that people like him say the right thing. The consequences for not doing that are very severe. So for him to come out and say all lives matter, obviously, is a huge threat to a lot of people. Who are those people exactly? Well, yeah. As a man, we're designed to do hard things. Testosterone levels are declining 10. That's seamless connectivity. That's Spectrum One. Always welcome. Come see us in Ottawa. And that has happened to countless people. We've interviewed a lot of them on the show. But if you were to have, say, 18 million followers on Instagram and express unapproved thoughts, that wouldn't just be a problem. It would be a flat-out emergency. You are not reading the script. You might lead others astray. You're an apostate. You are dangerous. You're a witch. And that's effectively where the artist formerly known as Kanye West finds himself tonight. He will not be controlled. In fact, in one of the most poignant moments in our exchange, which I'll show you in a moment, he was shocked to discover that after becoming one of the most successful and richest people in the country, he still wasn't free to say what he thought. And that changed his life. That was more of our conversation with West. Yeah.
There's a group mob. It's like liberal Nazis that will go up and attack you. Like I said, you know, everyone's like, Anna Wintour's your friend. I'm like, this Gabby girl and Gigi and these people, they would have never said anything negative unless they got the okay from Condé Nast, unless they got the okay from Anna. They would have never got the okay to comment. Like, let's just talk about specifically.
So these are people who are attacking you for your T-shirt.
Well, it was a setup. It started off as them having this black girl comment and say, well, I felt traumatized when I saw this T-shirt. This is a black girl saying, I felt traumatized when I saw a black man wearing something that he wasn't allowed to wear. It's like in Django when Jamie Foxx is on top of a horse and Samuel Jackson's like, you know, that black guy's not supposed to be on top of the horse. Okay. And then I went and said, hey, I don't like your boots. I know Anna Wintour doesn't like your boots, and you're not a fashion person. And then people started to say I was a bully, but it was a setup. And they finally got it, right? Because I eliminated the BLM officer at Adidas. And then I got out of the Gap deal. And just one by one, I've been winning these battles, right? And they thought they had me. They had the idea that Ye was bullying, what I think the liberal term is a body goes black woman. Now let's talk about Gabby and my good friend Lizzo. Lizzo works with my trainer, a friend of mine, Harley Pasternak. When Lizzo loses 10 pounds and announces it, the bots, that's a term for people it's like telemarketer callers, like on Instagram, they attack her for losing weight because the media wants to put out a perception that being overweight is the new goal when it's actually unhealthy. Let's get aside the fact of whether it's fashion and vogue, which is not. Let's just, or if someone thinks it's attractive, to each his own. It's actually clinically unhealthy, and for people to promote that, it's demonic. You know.
What can I ask? Yeah. I've noticed this also.
Yeah.
Why do you think they would want to promote unhealthiness among the population?
It's a genocide of the black race. They want to kill us in any way they can. Planned Parenthood was made by Margaret Sanger, a known eugenics with the KKK, and I believe that if we saw ourselves as a people and not a race, then we would treat our people better. Like if you go to a Jewish person and you say a race, it almost gets confusing. They'll cut you off quickly and say, we're not a race, we're a people. Well, our people are supposed to just say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Okay, well, what about, do you own the land that you're living in? Do you own, is the contract even in a language that's even possibly understandable?
Right.
You know, for your heritage? You know, and in America, we as blacks will down each other on how good we speak, but we're speaking English. There's nothing whiter than English. We're not in our native tongue, actually. So we judge each other on white goal lines, not based on exactly what our culture is based on.
So you can agree or you can disagree, but it's pretty clear that what you just heard is not the approved script. Famous people must read from the approved script or else the whole system falls apart. Because then people might be encouraged to think for themselves. And once you do that, it's a chain reaction that winds up with disobedience. So someone like Kanye, now Ye West, must be controlled. So he was a little surprised to learn after his divorce that his former wife had in fact a close and secretive relation with the Clintons. That they were working on her to influence him to read from the script. Pretty amazing. He was shocked by it, so were we. That's next.
Camping World is America's used RV superstore with over 10,000 quality pre-owned RVs starting as low as $99.95. All pre-owned.
Find out how to get a free
or your money back.
This offer is only available. Do you feel like I was in front? It's perfect and real. The Industrial Deception Complex came in 2015 and 2016. 2016 when Donald Trump appeared, and West had a very strong reaction to Trump that was very positive, and the people around him were panicked by this. The last thing you could have is one of the most popular pop culture figures in America coming out for Donald Trump. So they applied intense pressure to get him back on the script. Apparently his wife was part of that, his former wife, Kim Kardashian, who West now learns had a very close relationship with the Clintons and people around the Clintons. He had no idea. His relationship with Trump, on the other hand, flourished, and he got a window into people around Trump. And in this clip, you'll hear him assess what happened inside the White House. Very interesting. Watch.
It was interesting. A friend of mine told me that Chris and Kim had called him because he had influence inside of the black community, and had called him to say, to get him to influence people to take the vaccination.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have an opinion on that. I just want to state that as a flat statement. But it was wild that I didn't know how close my own wife was to the Clintons. I didn't know, I didn't realize it at the time.
That you were married to her.
And I was married to her.
How close was she to the Clintons?
I mean, cell phone away, or hey, tell Ye to say this away, or hey, go out and use your platform to push the vaccination away. I mean, not away, but stick the away part. But
do you feel like at times you were manipulated by political forces through your wife?
Attempt manipulation. But yes, there was some manipulation. Me not saying I like Trump was a form of a manipulation.
For sure.
Yeah.
Why did you like him, by the way? You said you liked him early, like you saw him.
I mean, I keep telling this joke. If people say Trump was the first black president, I'm going to be the first Latino president. Because all the values, the conservative values just line up. Come on, man, Trump's the what do you mean? He has his own buildings. What are you talking about? He's like Ralph Lauren. He made Ivanka.
You like Ivanka?
Yeah.
You wrote a post on Instagram about her husband today.
Yeah. I had a dinner with Ivanka, Jared, and Josh. And a couple days later, I found out that Josh Kushner had 10% of Skims, which is a line that I had developed with Kim. And I had a lot of issues with the imagery of Skims. I felt like there's a lot of imagery that was overly sexualized and things that I wouldn't want to see my wife and definitely not my daughters doing in the future in order to sell product. But it reaches another level when it's like, okay, well, this is what my wife is doing, and this is what they're doing this is what she's doing for our children. But it reaches another level when her business partners are selling pieces of company that they don't have to, because the companies aren't very so successful. It's an internet-based company, so it's like they're really just selling off the company in order to create more relationships for themselves that are unneeded. It's like when I went to the Gap, and with our release, they just they shoveled it out. I'm very cautious with my words. I'm really big on being able to have an adult conversation in front of the children, so I don't use explicit language in interviews especially. So I found out after this dinner that Josh Kushner had 10% of Skims and I had 5% of Skims. And regardless if Josh Kushner figured out how to put $150 million. I'm sure it wasn't out of his own account, but $150 million, and I'm sure Jared still has a piece of that fund. Regardless of them putting that money in, for me to have been an owner in it and not known, just from a place as a creative, where Skims is so based on a lot of the Yeezy ideas. Then it's based on all of the relationships in fashion, because I had to use my relationships in fashion in order to establish Kim in a way where fashionable people would say, "Hey, I'm down to wear Kim's line." And these VCs, they come in and they get a piece of it after the fact, and they run around and say they have ownership in it. So, as I put on my Instagram, which, luckily for everyone, they could just write it off that, I'm crazy, until they see my position in this interview, and then it's going to get scary. I said, "Hey Josh, what if I had 10% of Carly Kloss's lingerie, shapewear, swimsuit line, and you had 5% of it, and you didn't know? How would that make you feel?" And then after talking to them and really sitting with Jared and sitting with Josh and finding out other pieces of information, I was like, wow, these guys might have really been holding Trump back and being very much a handler right then. They love to just look at me or look at Trump like we're so crazy and that they're the businessmen. So when I think about all of these things that Jared, somehow doesn't get enough credit for with his work, and what is it? His work in Israel or his work in Palestine? What is this? Where he made these peace treaties? The facts on this right here. So I'm like,
I think that was between Israel and some of the Arab nations.
I just think it was to make money. I don't know. Is that too heavy-handed to put in this platform?
No, that's your opinion. We're not in the censorship business.
Okay, thank you. And I just think that's what they're about, is making money. I don't think that they have the ability to make anything on their own. I think they were born into money. And for me, as a maverick and a talent and a person that's been, beat, kicked, lost everything, said to have lost my mind, went from pull myself up by my boots don't have straps on them, but I say pull myself up from my boots to becoming a multi-billionaire that gets the price every year of my network goes down every year on Forbes. They just keep on slowly just taking it down every year. It's like really a weird thing. But as a person that has really built something from nothing, when I sit across the table from a Josh Kushner and he just feels so entitled to that idea, and this person has never brought anything of value other than so-called being a good venture capitalist, I have a major issue with that. And it makes me feel like they weren't serving my boy Trump the way we could have, because Trump wanted nothing but the best for this country. And it doesn't, like, Moses stuttered. They're saying God is not always going to bring the most perfect personality. A lot of times, the most fake people, their job is talking and making people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And the realest people are going to make you feel uncomfortable at first.
Yeah, that's not shallow. And it's also not crazy. It's true, whether you agree with it or not. So, West has thought a lot about politics, and he's thought a lot about what's going to happen in 2023. You'll hear that coming up.
Pardon my bad.
focus on preventing pests, not controlling them.
What do you mean?
You see, pest control involves spraying.
Any crazier than what you see on television every day? Well, to assess for yourself whether West is crazy, as virtually every single media outlet on planet Earth claims every day, all year long. Is he crazy? As you try to assess that, ask, is what you just heard over the past 40 minutes any crazier than what you see on television every day? The lies, the lunacy presenting you with a straight face as reality? No, it's not. It's not crazy at all. He's a big thinker, though. We asked him about 2024, what he thinks, and also about Elon Musk. Here it is.
People with power try to make other people feel like they don't have any. My power is through God. So if someone ever says anything like, "Oh, you did a great job,"
That's
it's praise
reverse.
God. It's funny, atheists love the term narcissist. When you believe in yourself, where they say that it's narcissistic. You know, I love the dynamic of how you compare, you show that there's still humanity even with the position that God has placed me in. Why did Moses smite the rock? Why did he get that frustrated? And just to be able to be gentle, to be more gentle. You know, God is alive. Look at this right here. Look at how quiet it is right now. It's only God. God is of order. The devil is of chaos. That is true. You know, we are. I wanna talk about my potential run for 2024 and Trump's potential run for 2024 and the beloved DeSantis potential run for 2024 and Reyes Suarez potential run for 2024 and you know, he thought Trump was a joke. For older white people, they're quick to classify a black person only by the fact that we're black. Even Trump, a person that's, you know, we could consider to be a friend of mine, when I went to the White House, I called him after that to get A$AP Rocky out of jail. And one of the things he said to me is, you know, Kanye, you're my friend. When you came to the White House, my black approval rating went up 40%. And for politicians, all black people are worth is an approval rating. The Democrats feel that they don't owe us anything, and Republicans feel that they don't owe us anything. Blacks have never demanded something for our vote. And that's something I talked to Ice Cube about. What are we asking for? How do we change our life? If all of our organizations and all of our colleges and even our title as black was made by white people, all of our jobs and Black Wall Street, Harlem after gentrification, there's never been a fully black-owned community where we have all the municipalities, things that Dr. Claude Anderson talks about. We need that. It's like 90% of America is not even developed. I'm not one of the people that go up and say, hey, I want to stop anybody from making money. The people that make money and the powers that be, I am your true Nikolai Tesla. And I'm not even a scientist.
Musk. Do you know him?
Very well.
Dragan Musk NORAD Summit. NORAD Musk
What's
Dragan
your
Summit.
take on it?
Dragan
You saying that
NORAD
'cause it's
Summit.
Tesla?
I did, yeah. It's
Musk.
the first thing that
And then,
NORAD
and
Dragan
then
Summit.
everyone's always like, "Oh, Elon's got these answers." I think he's a great team player.
And there's a lot more. A lot more. We address specifically, why did they call you crazy? And he says, as clearly as he possibly can, there were some things that were driving me crazy, and I fixed them. Jason Whitlock.
Glass chair mat will completely transform your workspace.
Yes,
For their children.
that's right.
So even me and my people like think about.
And we ship free to anywhere in the lower 48. Get the look you deserve. I invite you to shop online at vitraza.com. Use promo code TV and save 10% on any glass chair mat at vitraza.com.
It's amazing what the stakes are when a very famous person decides to speak his mind. Very famous people can't have free speech. That's not allowed. And West discovered that when he initially decided he kind of liked Donald Trump. Why?
I never actually told people that I liked Trump when he was running because I was bullied by Hollywood. Because I stayed in Hollywood and people like, think about your kids, and I'm trying to hold on to the marriage, so I'm just biting my tongue. Like, there's so many fathers and mothers that go to work every day and they're in a situation where they're biting their tongue because they think it will be better
Yes,
for their children.
that's right.
So even me in my position, I'm biting my tongue on my political opinion because I thought it would be better for my children.
But a lot more on that and what it did to him as a man living through it tomorrow night. But first, our friend Jason Whitlock, host of Fearless, joins us to assess what he saw. Jason, what did you think of that?
Tucker, I thought a lot of things. They disrespect each other. It's a deaf culture.
I fact-checked them, he was wrong. Nick from Wisconsin. Jesse, I missed the beginning of the show, and I can't rewind. If you read my text on there, then I promise to DVR it next time. DVR it. Then you can rewind. Tucker's up next with Kanye Part 2 on Waters. This is my world.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. So last night we showed you clips from the interview we did with Ye, previously known as Kanye West. Now, last week he was at the Paris Fashion Week and unveiled a shirt that said "White Lives Matter." And of course, much outrage ensued, and he was roundly denounced as insane. Fortunately, no one asked him why he did that. So we thought, before dismissing him as a mental patient, it might be worth hearing his side of the story. Just listen to him. So we came out to LA, booked a 30-minute interview with West, which quickly morphed into a 2-hour interview. And we're so grateful that it did. It was one of the most interesting, deep, and provocative conversations we've ever watched. Everybody thought that. Guys operating the cameras thought that. It really was fascinating. Believe it or not. So, among many other things, West gave us his assessment of Barack Obama, whom he knows well and has known well for many years, even before he became president. Here's what he said. Do you talk to Obama still?
I was Obama's favorite artist. He actually met with me. Obama met with me and my mama to say that he was running for office back in 2008. And that he wanted the support. And everybody was so into this idea of the black president. And we were always, you were always cool. And it's also like, you know, how many of us are there? You know, Obama level, Ye level, you know, Virgil level, just black, you know, so brilliant that we cut through all of the lines of racism. Like, you just can't get rid of us. Nat King Cole level, Dave Chappelle level. So in some place we'd have to be friends and get along, because it's like, you know, you're at that level. You're like a, you know, Formula One Lewis Hamilton race car driver. We're still driving a white car, but we're the best race car drivers that ever existed. And that was me and Obama's connection. But soon as I wasn't saying the things that I was supposed to say as a rapper, our connection faded.
So you don't talk to him anymore?
I'll talk to him if I see him.
Yep.
But I guarantee he see me. I don't even know that. I just thought that sounded cool. One idea that was in my head about 3 minutes ago that I really want to say is that's really interesting about the when companies get the BLM managers.
What's a BLM manager?
Black Lives Matter office manager. It's basically you get a semi-influential black person to become the face of a white company.
Yeah.
Right. So that means, like, in the design world, in the art world, they actually would pick artists that were less talented than other artists based on their influence, not based on their actual work, because everyone is vying for influence and an opinion. Everyone is afraid of losing their opinion. So with Nike, right? Nike is as famous as, you say Nike's more famous than PayPal, right?
Yeah.
Right. What number company do you think PayPal is?
I don't know.
Number 4.
Overall?
Overall, you got, well, you know the number 1 is, right? It's Apple.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting number 2, but number 3 is McDonald's. Then SpaceX is maybe 6 or 7. It's really interesting that as lit as Elon is, his previous company is actually still worth more than SpaceX. So what number company do you think Nike is? The Nike. Number 321. It's not there to be as big a financial company as it can be. It's there as an influencer, because black people love Nike. So Nike is like a company that is redlining and gerrymandering black people. So the reason why Gap wanted me to go to Gap, it wasn't based on, oh, we need to get our stocks up. You know, it's like these companies, when they've been around for a long time, Gap's not like, they're like, we're in the rag trade, we're never going to be Apple. And everyone, all these American companies somehow took this deal where they start putting in these really awkward, weird number kind of CEOs. Like Nike's got one, the Gap had one, it didn't work out. And there's all of these weird operators inside of companies, even in Balenciaga, you know. They're just there for control. Steve Jobs talked about it. It's the most important thing you can have is control. Look at me. All the money, all the influence, and I have to act a complete ass to have any say-so of anything that my children are doing, because that group of people have control and say-so over all the children inside of the clan. So that's what these companies are set up for. That's the type of CEOs they're hiring, especially when the founders are out of there. They kind of just give the companies up to a bunch of people, and they're all in cahoots. Like anyone that ever worked with me, they just look at, oh, who's yay farming for talent that we can hire to be our new BLM office manager. Like, kind of like Obama.
What do you think of Obama as a BLM office manager?
That's whenever. That's whenever. And you know, I think Obama, just like Virgil, these people were truly black to their core and truly brilliant to their core. But they went into situations thinking that they could do it the white way as a black man. And we saw what color Obama's hair was when he went in, and we saw what color it was when he went out. You know, Virgil lost all his hair, you know, and eventually passed away. So when I have techniques that are revolutionary, if I raise my voice, if I express myself on Instagram, it's a colonic. And people can say, oh, this is what you're doing is toxic. If what I'm saying is toxic, I got to do everything to get it out of my body. And there'll be times where I see a level of like oppression, Parisian proper, like next level, you know, France owns 80% of African banks level colonization, oppression. And I'll be like, I'm not going to let you guys kill me. But one thing that has to really happen, say if Trump ran, right? We're not just going to be black influence. We're going to be vision and creativity. We've got to rethink who we are as a species. Right now, we practice killing ourselves every day. Like, murder is legal in America. You know,
In abortion.
yes. So whoever gets the position needs to listen to the vision. I didn't know it was going to rhyme when I first started. They need to have Elon. They need to have me. You should start with those two, and then we'll get to the rest of them. We could pull in a Johnny Eyes, or pull in all of our living, super brilliant people. And we need to analyze. And not just sell out for the cash. Like these Fortune 500 companies are just selling out for the cash. Put God first, and the best representation of God is the children. The children is an extension of the family. Put the families first. There's so many things. Suburbs. The train tracks being ripped up by GM just for capitalism. All these ideas that we have, we're now living in a place where we're the orphans of capitalism, and we just have to take a pause and rethink how we can have the most beautiful existence possible for our children, for the kids. And we're all kids. We're all God's kids. We're all sons of Abraham.
So as we said, this interview went almost 2 hours, and not a moment of it was boring, at least from our perspective. Let's see if you agree. Coming up next.
It was this amazing ride where I could fly.
I ran a...
Be quiet. Don't listen to that, because through history, every story is crazy or mentally ill or bipolar. For yay, one of the first words to appear, and in fact a word that appears in virtually every story, is crazy or mentally ill or bipolar or struggling with mental illness, etc., etc. The theme is always the same. For yay, one of the first words to appear, and in fact a word that appears in virtually every story, is crazy or mentally ill or bipolar or struggling with mental illness, etc., etc. The theme is always the same. The guy's a nut. Don't listen to him. And of course, we're suspicious of that because through history, the Soviet Union, for example, claims of mental illness were always a way to make dissident voice struggling with mental illness, etc., etc. The theme is always the same. The guy's a nut. For yay, one of the first words to appear, and in fact a word that appears in virtually every story, is crazy or mentally ill or bipolar or struggling with mental illness, etc., etc. The theme is always the same. The guy's a nut. For yay, one of the first words to appear, and in fact a word that appears in virtually every story, is crazy or mentally ill or bipolar or struggling with mental illness, etc., etc. The theme is always the same. The guy's a nut. Don't listen to him. And of course, we're suspicious of that because through history, in the Soviet Union, for example, claims of mental illness were always a way to make dissident voices be quiet. Don't listen, he's a lunatic. And so we asked Ye directly about this, about his very public struggles with manic behavior, his hospitalization for exhaustion. And he gave a remarkable answer, and a believable one. And he said, the life I was being forced to live was driving me crazy. I had achieved fame and fortune, and yet I was still not allowed to express what I really believed. That diminished me, and it drove me nuts. My marriage was falling apart, and those two facts were interconnected. Listen to him describe the effect on him as a man, not just on his mental health, but on his dignity, of being told he couldn't say what he really thought.
It drove me crazy to not be able to say that I like Trump. It drove, because think about it, it's me. Imagine me not being able to say what I wanted. What was the point of being famous? What was the point of having, millions of people love your music? What was the point of having a voice if you can't even use your own voice and connect it to your own opinion?
Yes.
That's where the disconnect happened. That's where the, quote, I think wrongly diagnosed. That's where the bipolarity is, because you got something you're thinking, but you're told you're not allowed to say it in public. Well, I never actually told people that I liked Trump when he was running, because I was bullied by Hollywood, because I stayed in Hollywood, and people were like, think about your kids, and I'm trying to hold on to the marriage, so I'm just biting my tongue. Like, there's so many fathers and mothers that go to work every day, and they're in a situation where they're biting their tongue because they think it will be better
Yes.
for their children.
That's right.
So even me in my position, I was biting my tongue on my political opinion because I thought it would be better for my children. And now you look up, and my kids are going to a school that teaches black kids a complicated Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa doesn't, so they don't teach even Christmas itself, Christ Mass. They don't teach it at Sierra Canyon. And what they do is take all of the celebrities, the actors, the basketball players, and they throw them in this one school and they indoctrinate the kids. So my son saw him as brilliant. So right now, they're looking to figure out how to indoctrinate him to make him be another part of the system. I have a choir at my school. So right now, we've come to a compromise, but I'm not finished because I don't compromise. But we come to a compromise when my kids go to my school after school, and they learn choir. I sat there with my son, and he came and he said, "Why do I need to sing? I don't even go to your school." So imagine a 16-year-old version of that guy, the 26-year-old version of that guy, where the father doesn't have say-so of what the kids are watching, what the kids are wearing, what the kids are eating, who the kids are hanging out with. Ray Kurzweil said we have the information needed to have a human utopia, but we're led by the least noble, most greedy people. There's a solution that can bring happiness to so many more people. I even had this idea about, the connection of big pharma to farms by having localized farms. With more localized farms, you can use less pesticides. If you have less pesticides, then you have less diseases. And have big pharma invest in the local farms, and they'll actually make more money. I'm not one of the people that go up and say, "Hey, I want to stop anybody from making money." The people that make money and the powers that be, I am your true Nikola Tesla. And I'm not even a scientist.
What do you think of Elon Musk? Do you know him?
Very well.
What's your take on it?
You said that because I said Tesla?
I did, yeah. It's just the first thing that...
And then everyone's always like... I mean, Tommy Hilfiger loved Trump. Let me see who are... I got to think of all the other Trump... I'm not even going to use the term Trump supporter,
Right.
Because that's... Why don't people say Hillary supporter or Biden supporter? This is just... yeah, there's a lot of people. You know what? People in my business who love Trump? Businessmen? People who love money?
Yeah.
People who love money, people who actually like being successful. And, and that ran into the ground. Like, those are some of the people.
Speak for a moment with West, and he is very likely, in fact, almost certain to tell you about his faith, his belief in God. That's what drives it. He often says it, and he can explain it. He can explain why. Most people in public don't talk like this. More. Next.
You think the kids are having this much fun?
Oh, yeah, I think they're having a blast.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I want to give each and every one of you one last chance to get your very own My Pillow for Kill bed sheets. Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen.
Since April of this year. it went. It goes. It's like my best song. La 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 la. Wait till I. It's like a Negro.
God, which is clearly foundational and is driving his transformation from a pop star to what he hopes to become, which is a spiritual leader. He explained it in this clip. What's your prayer life like? Do you pray a lot?
This is a prayer. We're in constant prayer. I thought Hail Mary came to me, not in a Catholic way, but more like in a Tupac way, like, come with me, Hail Mary, I'm gonna run quick, see, what do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? Na, 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 na. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
It's like a Negro spiritual. It's a chant. It is, you know, it puts you in that mode. I got a song that I made. It was like a mix, it's a hybrid of that and Led Zeppelin. And it goes, it's like my best song. La, 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 wait till I get my money right. La, 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 then you can't tell me nothing, right? And people, I mean, I can open up this stuff. I can open up tours with this song. I wanted to point out this hybrid. You know, it's like if you see Zombieland 1 and Zombieland 2, or Terminators, anything, they always make the characters a little bit badder in the next generation. So that's, you know, Kim is like a hybrid. She's not just Marilyn Monroe. You know, she's also a fashion person. She's also a mom. She's also an activist. She's a lawyer. She's a multi-billionaire. She's hot. She's one of the most beautiful people of all time. You know, this is a different level of video game character now. And when you see a headline that says, Kim says, oh, I'm going to stay single forever, that's the indoctrination. Like, because they want this person to tell all the little girls out there that they need to be single forever. You know, all moms, I know there's definitely people watching.
Do you think that? So you don't think that's an organic, natural thing? I mean, that is a message that she is being used to send.
Absolutely. Think about the song, Don't Talk About Bruno, no, 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 which already sounds weird, like it's, you know, talking about like an uncle or something that did something wrong if they say don't talk about Bruno, right? But in the song, listen to the lyrics, it says, the man of my dreams will be slightly out my reach. And I just see my kids running around. And I see these things, but, you know, the thing about, hey, guys, for the execs at Disney that are studying everything I'm doing and saying, trying to figure out how to connect with 15-year-olds, and that's why Bernard Arnault, buy Supreme, and instead of putting a true skater designer, they put like a BLM manager as the head of Supreme, because Supreme has an impact with the 15-year-olds. For the Disney guys, you know, you might not believe in God, but God believes in you. It's not a battle you can win. It's like, don't jump, Anakin, I have the higher ground kind of situation. So you could put out all of the indoctrinations and, you know, moves and have the biggest media company, but why am I alive? Why am I protected? Why did I become the richest black man of all time? Like, how did that happen? And the more and more I lean into God and work for God, the more wins God is going to bestow on our team, on Jesus' gang. And for me to go out and just state an obvious and empathetic statement in the middle of the most liberal Central like to go. That was like Tiananmen Square or something like that. Like, with Candace Owens, and we both wore the shirt at the same time. You know, we got some Jesus soldiers out here, and people say they're willing to die for it, but we live for it. We're living for the battle. And what's the battle for? Life itself. Our children. They're killing us through the food. They're killing us through the content. They're killing us through the programming. But God is alive. I mean, He's alive in all of us. And we will overcome.
It sounds like you're hopeful for the future of the country.
Absolutely, because I have the vision for it. I understand the ecosystem. I understand how to even liberate a big pharma. I have solutions for the future. You know, I don't have the entire vision. You know, certain things are just in front of me and they happen when they're supposed to happen. But there's so many open doors. Like, we have this concept this is put on my heart, the idea of a monastery. I call it the Dondastery, which takes the different disciplines and blends them together. And in the Dondastery, we have proper baby health care. Like, and I'm sure it's a higher, like, actually when I met with Gabby, she had a really, really good term for this. And so many people bring their babies to the hospital, not just black people, and the doctors mess up. And they're like, oh, there's been some complications. So to be able to have, like, incredible nurses. I was very specific about saying nurses instead of saying doctor, too. I don't believe you need a doctor, and I'm not a doctor, but a nurse. It's possible, you know, to have a successful childbirth. And so that's the first thing we provide: shelter. We won't turn anyone away. Food, clothing, high-end curriculum, and vocational curriculum. Farming, carpentry, automotive, computer, software, and hardware. So it becomes a new place where someone can lay the baby on their steps and say, hey, the situation I'm in, I don't have enough money for another kid. I don't have the time. I don't have the room in my house. I just don't have the resources. And every day for the past 2 months, I've been walking by this Planned Parenthood, and I'm thinking about stopping in because I just can't have this baby. And what I'm doing is saying, hey, well, let's put a place just across the street from the Planned Parenthoods and say, this is a place that when you decide to have your child, this child can have the best opportunity at life.
Do you think that society discourages parental involvement, parental influence over the children?
I mean, society is like a big term. You mean...
It is. Well, you had said that your father was discouraged from, you know, being in your household, and you have been discouraged from being in your children's lives.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a thing that happens to a lot of people in America, to a lot of men?
Absolutely. And a lot of men deal with a mother and the baby mama and the mother-in-law ganging up to take the child away.
Yeah.
And not wanting to give the dad his say-so. Like, there was even a moment where we were arguing about North's basketball coach, and I had to say, like, I went from not making a basketball team in 8th grade to winning championships in 9th grade by practicing every day. And North likes basketball. I'm going to come and practice with her every day. I'm also going to pick the other coaches that work with her. And now that she's back playing basketball, this is the most confident person in the league. She's like the Dennis Rodman. And when North snatches the ball out of a girl twice her size, and she comes over to the side, I tell her, don't let anyone take anything from you ever. Don't let anyone take anything from our family. Don't let anyone take our company. Always protect your brothers and sisters.
More from that interview coming up.
Variety of sizes, colors, and styles.
Tuesday in the U.S. Senate. That's why I will never.
Hazardous toxins. The toxins found in work to find out if you're eligible for financial compensation. There's no fee unless we win your case. Call 1-800-400-6949. That's 1-800-400-6949. 1-800-400-6949. 6949.
An amazing conversation with the man who, by any measure, has led an amazing life at the very center of American culture for decades. COVID had an effect on his life and his thoughts about it. Here's that part of the conversation. Did watching COVID and the medical establishment's response to COVID over 2 years change your view?
I mean, that was a piece of it. That was a piece of it.
What did you think?
I mean, well, specifically, I'm going to lean into the black condition, just for, being a black person. We've been getting killed in hospitals for years. Grandma don't come out. We've been getting killed with our food to start off with. We've been getting killed by police officers. Every day we've been killing each other in the streets every day. I felt like the people at the Gap knew about the school shooting that Matthew McConaughey was talking about before it even happened. It was so in-synced, the information. And then I heard about it on the radio, driving. I was like, am I in the Truman Show right now? And I tell Candace she's got to watch the Truman Show. You have to watch the Truman Show.
What do you mean the people at the Gap knew about the school shooting? I think in Uvalde, Texas?
Yeah, I'm not saying that they did, but it felt so in sync. This idea of like this media rush over the 78 specific outlets that influence. Meanwhile,
so there's a coordinated message. I think that's what you said.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's the same amount of kids getting killed in Chicago every week. But there's no coordinated message about that. Yeah. Have I reached Alex Jones' territory yet?
No, I think you're telling the truth. And that's okay if you do.
What I'm saying is, like, yeah, they keep on using the he's crazy thing, and it hurts my feelings when people say that. It hurts my feelings that people can ask me, hey, are you okay? Like, especially, like, I got an ego. Someone that's less successful than me having the right to ask me about me like they're a doctor. What, you want me to put some ice on it? You want to put some ice on my brain, it's going to fix it? Have you ever Sabbath got the solution. Yo, we put some ice on it. Do you know if that worked, we wouldn't need hospitals. We just have like ice dens for everything. It's like, grandma's got cancer. Put some ice on the cancer.
But you,
I'm like funnier than comedians, right? Like, and I'm like an asshole.
But you get that. You get that a lot. People with the kind of faux sympathy. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's like, don't. But you get that even as a famous person. Oh, go ahead, go before me. Hey, what do you want? And like, it's hard for people to even listen to you. They're just so like, oh my God, this is Ye. Did you hear what he said again? And there's a lot of people that have been put in my organization where it's their job to not listen to me.
In your own organization?
Absolutely. And that kind of thing can drive you what?
Crazy.
Yeah, I had my resolution this year was to only talk to people who listen to me. I know, crazy concept, right? I know, that's crazy.
How radically did that shrink the number of people you talk to?
Not enough. Not enough. Because that's how they do. They send the bots in. There's people working here. It's like you have friends had to constantly fire people. I got to constantly fire people. It's just all kind of people sitting around doing nothing, charging. I had 530 consultants last year.
For your businesses?
For my businesses. I didn't know. We just hire some guys in, and this is the issue when you hire atheists. I think that's illegal to say in California, but sue me. This is the issue, because God-fearing people perform for an audience of one. At the end of the day, we all know we have to answer to God.
More from that interview coming up.
There's an uneasiness growing within.
This is provided at no cost to you through a federally funded program. We deliver, install, and train you on how to use your phone, all at no cost to you.
Give your loved ones the
Proud veteran who's been helping Marines and their families for decades.
To get more hits out here, start.
Formation. TheraWorks works. Available in chemical warfare on our country.
You have to start with. If you don't, it's not going to go well.
What's wrong with our food is that it's not food, reliant on